Alright, so this is paper 2 mathematics, and I hope you watched paper 1. So here it's 100 marks as usual, and if we check nicely, if we check nicely here, this number 4, okay, number 4 among the rules that you're supposed to follow. Number 4, it's important. So number 4 says omission of essential working will result in loss of marks. So guys, you have to make sure that you do show all your steps in order for you to get good marks. So you can see the first page here, it's a page of formulas to use. So as we meet questions which require us to use the formulas, we'll go back to that page and be able to pick the formulas we can use. So question 1, they are saying, okay, a power 2 b power 3 over 2c. So this is a power 2 b power 3 over 2c times a power 2 over 2b divide by b power 2 c over 2a. So basically here, I know most of you are saying BODMAS. Yes, BODMAS must be followed. Okay, so now the way it is, the fractions that we have here, at whichever point you want to start with, the answer will just be okay. So the easiest thing that you can do here is just to cancel out here, okay, because there's a c here, 1 in itself, it's a 1 into c power 2, it will just give us a c. You can see there's b here, in itself it's a 1 into b power 3. This will of course give us a b power 2. So we are remaining with a power 2, b power 2, a and c. So on top we shall have a power 3 and here b power 2. There is a c here over a 4, because 2 times 1 times 2 times 1 will just give us a 4. Then we say divide by b power 2c over 2a. Okay, so now from this point we can say a power 3 b power 2 and the c there over 4, and then we say times b power 2c over 2a. Oh, sorry, this is where you need to be very careful, very careful. So here guys, it's supposed to be a 2a over b power 2c. Okay, remember the rule of division says that when you change the sign of division to multiplication, you are supposed to reciprocate the other fraction. So this guy and this will cancel out, it's a 1, 1. We will therefore remain with a power 4 over a 4, because a power 3 times a, actually here, before we even say that, there is a 2 here. 2 into 2, it's a 1, into 4, it's a 2. So down here we have a 2 like this. This is our answer. So make sure you counter check your work, because if you are too quick without checking your work, you find that you are losing marks. So we've been given the sequence here. We've got a 60, 30, 15, and they're saying find the 6th term. So for the term to be found, we need this formula. Okay, so this formula is not among the formulas that we have here. Okay, so you therefore need to know it by heart. This small formula that you are able to see here. So out of the formula here, we can say data. We gather our data. So what is our A? Our A is the first term, which is a 60. The number that is starting the sequence is always your A. And then we find our N. Our N is a 6. What they're asking you, that's N. For R, for us to find R, we need to pick two numbers which are following each other. For example, 30 and 60. And when you look at these two numbers, which one is to your right hand side? It's this one. And then this one, 60, is to our left hand side. So we can start with what is to your right hand side, which is a 30 divided by 60. And this, of course, is giving us what? The 0 and the 0 will go 3 into 3, 1. Into 60, it's a 2. So we've got 1 over 2. This is our R. So we can plug in our formula. T subscript 6 is equal to 60. R there, it's 1 over 2. N is a 6 minus 1. So I'm running out of space. Let me bring it this side. We've got T subscript 6 is equal to 60. Okay, times 1 over 2 power 5. This is giving us a 60, 1 power 5 over 2 power 5, and this will give us a 60. Okay, here it's a 1 over 32, because 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, 5 times, we're getting a 32. So now here, this will be a 60 over 32, which of course will give us a 15 over 8. This is our answer. So our answer for question B1, it's 15 over 8. Okay. So now how have I found this 15? I've just said 4 into 60. So 4 into 60, it's giving us a 15. Here, it's a 15. And then 4 into 32, it's also giving us 8. Okay. So that's the first question or solution on B1. We go to B2. So B2, they've given us two terms. I want you to pay attention and see very careful. There is a 15. Let me do this so that you can see. There is a 15. Okay. A 15 and a 3.75. So we're going to say 15 and 3.75. Okay. So to find geometric mean, you're just going to say geometric mean, GM, which stands for geometric mean, is equal to the square root of x, y. So what is xy there? The xy will simply be equal to 15 times 3.75. So when we multiply 15 times the 3.75, we are getting a 56. So this is a 56.25. And then finding the square root of 56.25, that will give us what? A 7.5. So guys, this is a free mark. How many marks are here? Let me see how many marks are here. It's 2 marks. So this 2 marks, guys, it's a free. They're free marks. Because what you need to know is that you just multiply these two numbers and then find their square root. That's all. So this is question 2. For question number 3. Number 3, they are saying the sum to infinity. So this is question number 3, which is sum to infinity. So now we need to go back to the formulas. So formulas, sum to infinity, it's this one. This is the formula for sum to infinity. So we can now copy it. So we're going to say sum to infinity is equal to A over 1 minus R. This is the formula. Now when you remember, our data was like this. We said A is a 60. If you remember here, let me show you. A is a 60, this one. And then we also need R, which is a 1/2. So R is 1/2. That's all. These are the two things we need. So we can plug in 60/1 minus 1/2, 60. And then here we have a 2 as the lowest common denominator, a 2 here, and a 1. So what have I just done here? I know that there's the 1 here. So 1 into 2, it's a 2. 2 times 1, it's a 2. 2 into 2, it's a 2. I mean, it's a 1. And then 1 times -1, it's a -1. So from here, we've got a 60/1/2. So this will simply be equal to 60 times a 2, which will give us a 120. So 60 times 2 is equal to 120. Okay? So I know maybe somebody may be wondering that how did this start turning to 60 times 2? So let me show you. Here you've got a 60 divided by 1/2, which is the same as 60 divided by 1/2. So the rule of division, oh, this is 60, not 6. It's 60 here. Let me do this so that we can do this. So here we know that it's a 60 divided by 1/2. So now this 60 from this point, the 60 here will be the division will change to multiplication, and the fraction will reciprocate, and this will give us a 120. That's how I got this 120 right here as a solution. So the next question here, it's one of the common questions in algebra paper 2. So here they are saying 5/x minus 1 minus 2/x minus 2. So the first thing that we need to do here is to find the lowest common denominator. Okay? In other words, just get the terms that you're able to see down here. You put them inside the brackets. Don't forget the brackets. And then here you say 5 multiplied by the opposite denominator. So 5 multiplied by this, you get the sign which is here, it's a minus. A 2 multiplied by the other term, it will be x minus 1, which is the other term. So here, still doing that, we've got a 5x minus 10. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times -2, it's -10. That's what we call getting rid of the brackets. So here we shall have a minus 2x plus 2. And then x minus 1, x minus 2. And then from here, we group the like terms. So we have a 5x minus 2x minus 10 plus a 2 over x minus 1, x minus 2. And this is giving us a 3x minus 8 over x minus 1, x minus 2. And this is our answer. We go to the next question, of course. So the next question here, it's under calculus. In case you don't know, they've given us the curve, okay, which is this one. Y is equal to x power 3 minus 5 x power 2 plus 8 x minus 4. And they have said that which point at x is equal to 1. So here we're going to say dy dx. Okay, we find the derivative by simply multiplying this number which is on top by what is in front here. So it will be 3 times 1, it's a 3. And then you write x, you now subtract a 1 from the power, it will be 3 minus 1, which will give us a 2. Here it will be minus 10 because 2 times negative 5, it's a negative 10, and then x, you subtract a 1 to the power, you remain with the power 1. For this one, it will just be 8. When you've got a power 1 here, you multiply by 8, it's 8, you subtract a 1, it will give you power 0, so x to the power 0 is just a 1, so remain with 8. For the constant, it will give us a 0. So basically, what you need to know here is that when you've got something like this, I want you to understand. You've got something like this, and then they ask you to find the dy dx, which is the derivative. Get the power, multiply it by the number which is in front. So if there was a here, so it would be n times a, which is an. You write the x and then subtract 1 from the power, always, okay? Again, the derivative of any number, constant, is a 0, okay? So that's why this 4, nothing has been done about it, okay? So from here, of course, we are going to say, we find now the actual derivative, okay? Because this is the function, gradient function. We found the gradient function. Now we need to find the actual gradient. So the gradient here, we will denote it using letter m, and then we shall say 3. Here where there is a x, we substitute a 1. Okay? Everywhere where we're able to see x, we put a 1. That's a rule. This one, which has been given in the question here. And then we're going to have a 3 minus 10 plus 8. This will be 3 plus 8 minus 10, which is equal to 11 minus 10. And this is giving us a 1. So please keep this, that we found the m to be equal to what? 1. So now from here, we need now to know the point at which this same equation we are looking for is at, okay? So we're going to say y is equal to x power 3 minus 5x power 2 plus 8x minus 4. We again substitute. Look at this. We are looking for the coordinates. We know that x is a 1, comma, the y is what we are looking for. So we shall say y, here it will be 1 power 3 minus 5, 1 power 2 plus 8, 1 minus 4. So this will be y is equal to 1 minus 5 plus 8 minus 4. And this, of course, will be equal to 1 plus 8 minus 5 minus 4. Y is equal to 9 minus 9, which will give us what? A 0. So here it's a 0. Okay? 1 comma 0. That's a point. So now, after getting that point, we're going to use now this formula for finding equation of a straight line. Okay? So remember this formula. It will be y minus 0. So look at this. The point that we found, this is our x1, y1. Okay? Remember that. So m is equal to 1, x minus a 1 here. X1 is a 1 also. We're getting a y is equal to x minus 1. So this is the equation we are talking about. Okay? We now go to the next question. So for finding determinant here, we're just going to say p inside the bars, which simply means determinant. We multiply the major diagonal, that is a 4 times 1 minus multiplication of the minor diagonal. Okay, so minor diagonal, I want you to see something. We've got a 1 times 1, okay, minor diagonal. We've got 1 times negative 2. So this is a 4 plus a 2, which is equal to 6. So 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. Negative and negative will give us a positive, and then this will be 1 times 2, which will give us a 2. 4 plus 2 is a 6. and this is a gradient. For the inverse, we're simply going to say p power negative 1, which shows that this is the inverse that we're looking for, is equal to 1 over the determinant, and then here we multiply it by adjoint. Okay, so that will be a 1 over 6 is the determinant, and then the adjoint will be like this. I want you to see nicely how the adjoint will be found. So for the adjoint, we're going to say 1 here and then 4. So the major diagonal will switch. This one will go at the position where 4 is, and 4 will go at the position where 1 is. For the minor diagonal, we only change the signs. So this is negative, it will be positive. This is positive, it will be negative, just like that. So you can leave your answer like this, or if you want, you can multiply through like this, like that, okay, like this, like this. Just multiply this times this times this, just like that. Okay, so this is our answer. We now go to the next question. For the next question, they are saying a box contains 6 white circuit breakers. So there are 6 white circuit breakers. Okay, this is what you need to know. Let me start with W. So I'll say W, which stands for white. There are how many? There are 6. Okay, according to what we've been given here. And 4 black. So 4 black. B, it's 4. Okay, circuit breakers, all identical in appearance. A circuit breaker is selected at random from the box and not replaced. A second circuit breaker is then selected. Find the probability that both circuit breakers are selected are white. So here I think it's important that we create the tree diagram. So this is white, this is white. Oh, sorry, black. It's supposed to be black. So here, let's do this. Okay, so this is black. Again, the same process. This is white, black. Here, white, black. And here we say equal to. So this is white, white. Have you seen white, white? This is white, black, white, black. So this is a process which you must be following. What I've done here, if you want to come up with a tree diagram, and then say equal to. So now here we're going to write a 10. Also here 10. There's a bar here, and then what number are we supposed to write on top here? For white, write the total, which is a 6. For black, you write the total, which is a 4. Have you seen? We first added these two and then got a 10. That's the denominator. On top, we follow white is a 6, write it here. Black is 4, write it here. So the second round here, it will be 9, 9, 9, 9. So the number will reduce by 1. It was 10, now it will go to 9. Okay, so now we find what we need to put on top. Okay, so here we're going to put a 5. So why are we putting a 5 here? Because here it's white, white. So white is reducing, it's the same. But here it's white, black. Meaning black is not going to reduce, we write a 4. For this one, black, white, it's not going to reduce, they are the same. So we write the white here, which is a 6. The actual here, while here black, black, meaning black will reduce by 1, which will give us a 3. Now, we find now what you're supposed to write here. So here it will be 6 over 10 times 5 over 9. Okay? This, of course, is giving us what? A 1 over 3. We now come to this one, 6 over 10 times 4 over 9. 6 over 10 times 4 over 9. This is giving us a 4 over 15. We now come to this one, BW, which is here. It will be 4 over 10 times 6 over 9. This one is also giving us a 4 over 15. We go to the last one, which is a 4 over 10 times 3 over 9. 4 over 10 times 3 over 9. This is giving us a 2 over 15. So now this tree diagram will help us answer this question. So both white, it's a white. This one, it's a 1 over 3. And then here they are saying different colors. So for different colors, it's this one and this one. Okay, BW and WB. So we're simply going to say P, or let me even write something like this so that it can make sense. Okay, I'm writing something like this to make sense for us. We're going to say probability of picking white, okay? Because they said both white, so that's white is equal to 1 over 6. And then here, probability of picking different colors, that's white, black, plus probability of picking black, white, which are these. So we're going to say 4 over 15 plus 4 over 15. So when you add these two, we're getting what? We're getting 8 over 15. So here the answer is 8 over 15 for question 2. We go to the next one. The next question here, they've given us the quadratic equation. So this quadratic equation, we can solve it using two methods. So I'll show you both methods. So I'll start with the quadratic formula and then we go to completing the square. So quadratic formula, this is how it looks. And in case you forget this formula, you are given. So let me show you where the formula is. It's right up here. It's the first formula here. So they're given you on the first page, it's there. So here we're going to get the quadratic equation that we've been given, which is this one. So we can now write it in standard form. So this is a standard form right here. So we've got A, B, and C. So what is our B? Our B is a 10 plus, okay, square root over the same B, 10 squared, 4 open bracket, A is a 2, and C is negative 7. Everything over 2, A is a 2. So from here we can say negative 10 plus or minus square root, okay? We work out there square root over 100, that's 10 squared, minus, okay, this one will be plus 10 squared plus 4 times 2 times 7, it's a 56, and then over 4. So this negative and the negative, which is together with negative 7, is what is giving us the positive inside here. So here we are getting a negative 10 plus or minus square root over 156. So 156 here. Okay, 156 over a 4. So we can separate, we can say negative 10 plus square root over 156 over 4, or negative 10 minus square root over 156 over a 4. And then here, so we've got here negative 10 plus square root over 156. This one is giving us a 2.5. 4, 8, 9, 9, 9, 5, 9, 9, 7 over a 4. So divide by 4, and then this one will be a 0.62. There is a condition on where your answer must end. They have said 2 decimal places. So your answer must be left in 2 decimal places, and this is what we've gotten. So for the other solution, we say equal to negative 10 minus square root over 156. This one is giving us a negative 22.4899996. Divide by 4. So when we divide by 4, this one will be negative 5.62. So these are the two solutions. I've used the quadratic formula, but I see you might be interested to know on how to use difference of two square, should I say completing the square method. So if you are interested in using completing the square method, let me show you so that you can get to have an idea on how it's done. Okay, so let's clean up. Let us clean up right here. So for completing the square, completing the square, okay, for completing the square, so basically completing the square will just require you to do few things. It's not a lot of things, just few steps. So the few steps that you need to do is just to group the like or terms with x variable. So 2x power 2 plus 10x, it will be equal to 7. So this side leave the 7, okay? So this is what you're supposed to do. And then make sure that at the beginning here there is a 1. So whatever number is in front of x power 2, divide it through at all the terms. So this and this will go. You shall remain with x power 2 plus a 5x is equal to square root over, 7 over 2. I'm thinking about the square root. So once you do this, you now come and pick whatever term is right here at b with x. So here we've got a 5. Divide it by 2. When you divide it by 2, square it, you are getting a 25 over 4. So now this 25 over 4, you are simply going to add it to both sides of the equation. So I'm going to say plus 25 over 4 is equal to 7 over 2 plus 25 over 4. And when you do that, you can now form what we call perfect square. So this perfect square will be formed by simply maintaining the x. Okay, I want you to see. You maintain x, and then here you say plus 5 over 2 power 2. Okay, so this one, 5 over 2, is the one which is inside here. So write it here. Okay, and then say equal to 7 over 2 plus 25 over 4. So here, this is a perfect square. When you simplify it, it will give you what we have right here. That's what you need to know. So once you do that, we are going to have x plus 5 over 2, and then here power 2 is equal to 4 as the lowest common denominator. 2 into 4, it's a 4, times 7, it's a 14, plus 4 into 4, 1, times 25, it's a 25. So this is x plus 5 over 2 power 2 is equal to, so when we add 14 plus 25, It's giving us a 39. So this is a 39 over 4. Get rid of the square root, the power 2, introduce the square root. So it's going to give us x plus 5 over 2 is equal to plus or minus square root over 39 over a 2, because square root of 4 is a 2. We can therefore form two equations. X is equal to, or should I say plus, 5 over 2 is equal to square root of 39 over a 2. So x is equal to square root of 39 over 2 minus 5 over 2, this one. So x will simply be equal to square root of 39 minus 5, which will give us, so when we say square root of 39, square root of 39 minus 5, this one is giving us a 0.6. So one of the solutions is 0.62. Okay, the other equation, we can say x is equal to square root of negative square root of 39 over 2 minus 5 over 2, which will give us the lowest common denominator to be equal to 2. So x is equal to square root, actually negative square root of 39 minus 5. So when we punch negative square root of 39, okay, negative square root of 39 minus 5 over a 2, this one is giving us what? It's giving us, let me punch nicely, okay, negative square root of 39 minus 5 over a 2. Okay, this one is giving us a negative 5.62, which is the solution we found. So let's go to the next question. So the next question here is under sets. So they have said at Kamulima farming community, 33 farmers. So let's say 33 farmers planted sorghum, okay, and then 25. So 25 planted groundnut. So we shall say G. 38 planted maize, okay. 15 planted both, okay, that's 15 planted both sorghum and groundnuts. 14, okay, let me write properly. So 14 planted both sorghum and maize. 13 planted both groundnuts and maize, while 6 planted all. Okay, so they planted all the 3 types, these 6. Illustrate this information on a Venn diagram. So you just do a Venn diagram. Oosh, my drawing is not okay. So here you are simply going to say, okay, let me do my Venn diagram. The Venn diagram. So this is a Venn diagram that we're doing here. Okay. Oof. My drawing is not that much good, but it's okay. Yeah. So this is E. Always put E, which shows that the universal set. And then here start with the sorghum, go to groundnut, go to maize. And after doing this, start from the bottom. The 6 should be put here, because this is the intersection of all the sets. Okay? Let me try to write it properly. So it's 6, which is the intersection of all the 3 sets. After writing 6, you come to groundnuts and maize. So groundnuts and maize, that is 13. So you're going to say 13 minus 6. So this 13 minus 6 will give us what? A 7. So we're done with this one. We now go to sorghum and maize. Sorghum and maize, it's 14. So it will give us 8. Because we're going to say 14 minus 8. I mean minus 6. So 14 minus 6 will give us 8. We're done with this one. We come to this one, which is sorghum and groundnuts. This will give us a 9. That is a 15 minus 6, which will give us a 9. So now we are done with this. We now go to one region. We'll start with maize. Maize is here. So what should we write here? We are going to add a 6 plus 8 plus 7. So 6 plus 8 plus 7. So that's 21. And then we say minus 38. So 21 minus this 38, it will give us a 17. Okay? From there, we now come to groundnuts, which is this one. We're also going to add 9 plus 6 plus 7. And this is giving us a 22. So 22 minus, we subtract it from 25. So 25 minus 22, it's going to give us a 3. So this is 3. We now go to this one, which is sorghum. What to put here? We also add 9 plus 6 plus 8. That is giving us a 23. So 33 minus 23. This is giving us a 10. So this is a 10. Okay. We're done. So next, they are saying how many farmers were in this community. So we're simply going to add everything. 10 plus 9 plus 6 plus 8 plus 3 plus 7 plus 17. So the order of how you arrange the numbers do not matter. So 10 plus 9 plus 6 plus 8 plus 3 plus 7 plus 17. This is giving us a 60. So there were 60 farmers at this community, or in this community. The next question says, how many farmers planted one type of crop? So for one type of crop, it will be this region, this and this. So we shall say 10 plus 3 plus 17. So when we add 10 plus 3 plus 17, it will give us what? It will give us a 30. So it's a 30 here, which is there. So it's the 30 farmers. So 30 farmers were doing planted one crop only. So we go to the next question. They are saying planted 2 different types of crops. This region is for 2, this one is for 2, and this one. So we're simply going to say 9 plus 7 plus 8. So for 2 crops only, it will be 9 plus 7 plus 8, which is giving us what? A 24. So 24 farmers. 24 farmers. Okay? We now go to the next question. It's construction. So for construction, I'm not going to use the instruments, but I'll just guide you because I did this question, I think. Yeah, so I know how the answer is coming out. So you first need to put your ruler, you draw A, B, you come and put your protractor here, and then you measure 100. It will be somewhere like this, and then you come and join. My drawing is not okay. You join. Hopefully I'll manage to. So you join this side. When you join, this length will come out to be equal to 13. I think 13 point, maybe 0.8 centimeters, somewhere there, if you're doing the right thing. And this is where your C will be. And when you do that, you come to this one. So for this one, it will be somewhere here, like this. Okay? And then for this other one, it will come and pass somewhere here. For this one, it will be from here all the way to somewhere here. And then the region that you'll be looking for will be somewhere here. So just do proper measurements, it will work out for you. Okay? So let's go to vectors. So the vectors, they're saying the diagram A, D is 3A, AB is 2B, and we've been given the ratio AB to BC equal to 1 to 2, BX to BD equal to 1 to 4, and E is the midpoint of CT. So we find now, or we express in terms of A and or B, vector B, D. So for vector BD here, what we are going to do is say, okay, we are at B, we want to go to D. Which other route? It will be B, A, D. So that's B, A, plus A, D. So this is giving us a negative 2A plus 3A. So in case you are wondering that why am I putting negative and yet this has got a positive, it's because this is the opposite. We have AB here. The arrow is pointing to the direction of AB, while what we want is BA, which is the opposite. So we can clean up this and say this is a 3A minus 2A as our 2A. Did I do the right thing? No. There is a mistake here. This is not A. This is B. B. They're different. Okay. So we can now say our answer here is a 3A minus 2B. Like this. Okay. We go to the next one. They are saying dx. So vector dx will simply be equal to negative 1 over, is it negative 3? Negative 3. I'll explain what I've done here. So this is negative 3 over 4 of 3A minus 2B. Like that. So when we clean up this will simply be equal to a 3 over 2B minus 9A over a 4. So what have I just done here? Let me explain now. Look at this. We found B, D. In question 1, we found BD. But they want us to find DX, and they've given us this ratio. So meaning from B to D, it's a 4. It's a total. It's a 4. They've given us the total. So meaning here it's a 1, while here it's a 3, because they've given us the total. Okay. Now to find the ratios, or to use these ratios, we're going to say 3. If we want dx, we're going to say negative, because here the reason why I'm putting a negative, we've got b d, but we want dx, which is the opposite. That's what I'm putting. That's why I'm putting the negative, and then it will be 3 over 4. So this is a 3, which is here, over the total, which is the 4. Okay, of the previous answer here of this BD, and BD we know that it's a 3A minus 2B. So now from here I just simplified by multiplying negative 3 over 4 times 3A, that is a negative 9 over 4 of A. Negative or negative give us a positive 3 times 2, that is a 6 over 4B. So 2 into 6, it's a 3, into 4, it's a 2. So this is 3 over 2B, 3 over 2B minus 9 over 4A. This one. This is how I got this answer right over here. So we can write that this is 3 over 2B minus 9 over 4A, like this. It's our answer. We go to the next one. So for the next question here, they're saying CD. CD. So CD will simply be equal to CA plus AD. Okay? So this is what we have here. This is how the diagram looks. So CD is equal to CAAD. Now here, we don't have BC. But using this ratio here, the ratio which is here, you can tell that this is a 4B. This is a 4B. BC is a 4B. Because they have said this is 1. Okay? 1 here. And this is 2 here, from here to here, according to the ratios here. Now that they've given us AB, which is a 2B, for BC, we're going to multiply these 2 by what they've given us here, 2B. That will give us a 4B. So we know that CD will simply be equal to CA, which is a negative 4B. Have you seen? I mean, negative 6, that's a negative 6, negative 6B. So why have I put negative 6B here? It's because we've got now this 2B plus a 4B, which will give us a 2B, I mean a 6B. And the reason why we're getting this as a negative, here we have AC, but what we want to use there is the opposite, it's CA. That's why I'm including the negative sign here. And then plus 3A. We know that our AD is a 3A. So that will be CD equal to 3A minus 6B is our answer. We go to the last question on vectors. That is AE. So AE will be equal to AD plus DE. So let me show you. This is AE is equal to AD plus DE. So I hope you've seen AD plus DE. So do we have our AD? Yes, it's a 3A. That is a 3A plus. Do you have DE? Yes. It will be a negative over CD. Okay? So that is a 3A minus 6B. Since it's half, we shall say divide by 2. Okay? We found this. Okay? CD, but we want to use DE, and we know that E is a midpoint. That's why I'm dividing by 2. So this will be a 3A minus 3A plus 6B over a 2. So this negative has been distributed, and then we find the lowest common denominator, which is a 2. There is a 1 here. 1 into 2, it's a 2. 2 times 6A, that is a 6A. Here it will be 3A plus 6B. And this will give us a 3A plus 6B over a 2. This is our answer when we work out. We go to computer now. So for computer here, so here we're going to say start. Just copy what is here and then enter a little bit, copy what is in here. Enter capital R, comma, small letter H, small letter R. And then here we're going to say if. This is, we'll always change to if. R is less than, that's R small letter is less than, I mean it's greater than capital letter R. And then we write here then. Okay, in front here we say then. You know there are options there. There is yes or no. So we shall say then. We copy print error. Print error. R is not valid. So just copy what is inside here. And when you copy, you are going to say straight with if. You say else. And then else down here, you write the the formula straight with print. V is equal to pi star there h slash 3. You just copy what is here, what you're able to see. Star there, open bracket, capital R, this one there, plus small letter r, this one, plus r, capital letter, multiplied by small letter. This is what we have. And then here, straight with enter, you say print V. And then straight with else, you say end if. And lastly, you say stop, straight with start, stop. Okay, so this is how you get to answer this one. The next question here is under statistics. So we need to find standard deviation. So for this standard deviation to be found, we are going to use the formula standard deviation is equal to square root, and then here summation of f of x squared over summation of f minus x bar squared. So, and then here we close. So this formula, remember I said the first page they always give you formulas, and this is where the formula is coming from. So I want to show you the formula I've used. I'm using this one for standard deviation. This one. This is the formula I'm using. If you want, you can use this one, but I'm going with this one, the one I've circled. Okay? So the one I've not circled there, it's for when you want to use the table method. So here, the first thing after identifying the formula is to now get to know the midpoint. So here the midpoint is a 10, here it's a 30, here it's a 50, here it's 70, and 90. So the midpoint between 0 and 20, that will be a 10, and then the midpoint between 20 and 40, that is a 30. Between 40 and 60, it's a 50. Between 60 and 80, that is a 70, and between 80 and 100, that would be a 90. So if you don't know, you just add these two numbers and divide by 2. They'll give you this. These divide by 2, they'll give you 50. Add these, they'll give you 30 when you divide by 2. So when you get to find the midpoint, you now find the mean, which is x bar. So start with the mean, and then for the mean, you get a 5 as a frequency here, plus 20, plus 55, plus 18, plus a 2, like that. So everything, my line is not properly done. So everything here over 100. So what is it that you're supposed to put inside the brackets here? The midpoint. So 5 will go with 10, here it's 30, here it's 50, 70, 90. Okay? So once you do that, you can now work out. So 2 times 10 there, it's giving us what? It's giving us a 50, plus 20 times 30, it's giving us a 600, plus 55 times 50, it's giving us a 2,750, plus 18 times 70. This is giving us a 1,260. 2 times 90, that's 180. Okay? And everything over 100. Okay? So 50 plus 600 plus 2750 plus 1260 plus 180. This, of course, is giving us a 4840 over 100. So this, when we divide, it's giving us a 48.4. That's a mean. We found what we are supposed to put here in our formula. Okay? So we don't want to waste much of our time. So when you do this, you now come and find, let me show you the other thing that you need to find. I'm running out of space, that's why I'm erasing, because my handwriting is big here, so I'm running out of space. So here, you now find what you're supposed to put here. So that is a summation of f over x squared over summation of f. So here you'll be putting now a power 2 here, power 2 here, power 2, power 2. The same thing, but just put a power 2. So that will be 5 times 10 power 2. It will give us a 500. So this is 500. Then 20 times 30 squared. It will give us 18,000. And then 55, open bracket, 50 squared. It will give us a 13,7500 plus 18, open bracket, 70 squared. It's giving us 88200 plus 290 squared. It's giving us a 16,200. And then everything. So remember, first of all, we found the x bar to be equal to 48.4. So this is x bar, what you're supposed to use here. So this will be over 100. And when we work out 500 plus 18,000, okay, 18,000 plus 137,500, so 13,7500 plus 8,200 plus 16,200. This, of course, is giving us a 26,0400 over 100. And when we divide by 100, this, of course, is giving us what? A 26,4. So this is what we need to put here. We can therefore say, we can happily say, here, square root of 2604 minus 48.4. Put it inside the brackets there. And then just punch on your calculator 26 or 2604 minus, open bracket, 48.4 squared. You put a power 2. Don't forget squared. When you do squared, it's going to give you a 26 or 261.44, of which when we find its square root there, it's giving us a 16.2. So this is our standard deviation. We now go to graphing. The graphing. So here, of course, this is what you need to know. When finding the missing numbers here, this is what we do, okay? So get this number, and then you say plus the first number here. So 0 plus 1, it will give us a 5. And this is a 5 we have right here. And then this 5 plus the next number here, which is a 20, it will give us what? It will give us a 25. So this is a 25. Okay? 25 plus the next number. So 25 plus the next number on the top table here, which is a 55. This, of course, is giving us what? It's giving us 80. So this is 80. So 80 plus the next number. Next number here is it's 18. So 80 plus 18 is giving us what? 98. So this is 98. Okay, so that's how we get to find those. Okay, so here my drawing will be a little bit horrible, so don't mind very much, but I'll give you an idea on how you're supposed to graph this. So they are saying 2 centimeters to represent 20 units on the x-axis. So the x-axis, 2 centimeters to represent 20. So start from here, that's a 0, 20, 40, 60, we're moving in 20s, 60, 80, because we're moving in 20s, so this is 80. So let me see where we're ending the scale. So the scale is showing us that we're supposed to end at 100. So 80, we add the next one. So it's giving us, we're ending at 100. So we can do the x-axis. So this is my x-axis. Remember I said my diagram or my drawing won't be okay, but you're getting an idea. So for this one, we'll move in tens. That's what they said. 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. Yeah, 100. So now we can now do also the line here for y-axis. Oof, my drawing here is very, very, very bad. Okay. So don't mind very much how the line is looking. I'm not using a ruler. It's supposed to be straight. I hope you understand. It's supposed to be straight. Don't mind very much. But this is not okay. Let me try to see. Let me try to do my best if I can manage to draw it straight. Okay, so the gadget I'm using is not giving out me to do a straight line. Oh, I can't do a straight line. Okay, I can't do a straight line, guys. We'll be wasting our time. So let's just get an idea of what is supposed to be here. So please, I apologize for not doing straight. So the line is not supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be straight. Remember to use a ruler. I hope somebody will understand. And please don't comment on me that no, the line is bent. Yes, I know it's bent. It's because I'm not using a ruler. And yeah. So now the first point is 0, 0. It's right here. So how am I getting the points? The top numbers are x-axis, the bottom are y-axis. So this is 0, 0. This one is 20,5. So 20,5 will be somewhere here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, somewhere here. So this is where the point will be. The next one is 40,25. So this is 40, 20, 25 must be somewhere here. So don't mind very. Okay, have I gone very far? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's right here. So 20,5. It's right there. 40,25. 40,25. Let me repeat again. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's right over here. The next one is 60,80. So 60,80. This is very easy to do because it's falling right over here. So the next one here is 80,98. So this is 80,98. It's supposed to be here, somewhere here, and the last one supposed to be here because it's that is 100,100. So don't mind my drawing very much. I'm repeating this. So we have to do now this curve. It's going like this, joining those points so that our shape can look good. Okay, so this is how it's going to move and look like. Yeah, I've tried my best, guys. So this is the cumulative frequency that we formed right here. So now, after doing this, we can answer the questions that follow. Or it's just a question showing your cumulative, showing your method clearly. Use your graph to estimate the semi-interquartile range. So for semi-interquartile range, we first need to find Q1. So Q1 will simply be equal to 1 over 4 times the total. And this will give us a 25. So now you go to where 25 is. This is where 25 is. You do your line using a ruler and then follow it down here. I think the actual one is supposed to be 48. It's falling at 48 somewhere there. So you do the line down here using your ruler. It's supposed to be a straight line. So meaning Q1 is a I think 38. It's a 38 or 39. That's how it's coming out. Not 48, but 38. Okay? And then for Q3, it's supposed to be 3. That's Q3. It's supposed to be 3 over 4 times 100, which is giving us a 75. So 75 is supposed to be somewhere here, if I'm not mistaken. And when you follow it nicely, oh, actually here it's a 40. This is 40, not 39. It's a 40. Q1 is a 40. 40. Yeah, 40, I think. So when you follow it down here, this is what is giving us what? 59. So you do your line straight down here using your ruler. It's falling at 59. So you're going to say Q3 minus Q1. That is interquartile range. It's Q1 minus Q3 over 2. So Q1, it's a 59 minus 40 there over 2. So this will be 59 minus 40. It's giving us a 19. So this is 19 divided by 2. So 19 divided by 2, it's giving us a 9.5. So you may get your 9.5, you may get 8 point something that is closer to the actual answer. So it's not possible, or it may be, it's less possible to get the same answers on this one, because we are using different drawings. Okay. So now for this one, they are saying in a garden is a garden is in the form of a quadrilateral PQRS, with PQ equal to 5 meters, QR equal to 8 meters, RS is equal to 7 meters, and PS is equal to 6 meters. Given that angle PQR is 140 and angle PRS is 18 degrees. Calculate PR. So PR is here. So this is small letter q. We are looking for small letter q. This small letter P, small letter R. So remember, capital letters, they mean angles, and then the opposite sides, they are small letters which represent the sides. So here we're going to say Q squared is equal to R squared plus P squared minus 2R P cos. Remember, we are using cosine rule. So this will be cos capital letter Q. Okay? So what is our small letter q? That's what we are looking for. So we'll leave it. R is a 5, so that's 5 squared plus 8 squared minus 2, 5, 8 cos 140 degrees. So this is q squared is equal to 25 plus 64, if I'm not mistaken. So 8 squared is 64, and then there 25 plus 64 minus 80 cos 140. So when we say 2 times 5 times 8, this is giving us 80. So q squared is equal to 89 minus 80 cos 140. So this is 140. Okay, degrees. So here we're just going to say 89 minus 80 cos 140. The way it looks, just punch the way it looks, it's going to give us a 150.2838355554. You now find the square root both sides. So the value of Q, when you find the square root, is giving us a 12.3 meters. So that's the length there. It's 12.3 meters. So let me write it here. This is 12.3. So this is question 1, of course. For question 2, they want us to find area. So we're going to say area is equal to 1/2, because this area, look at this. They're saying area PRS. So P, which is this one, RS. So we're using this angle. So get these two sides, which are Q, and this side here we'll call it P, small letter P. P sine capital letter R. So this will be 1/2 times 12.3 times 7 times sine 18 degrees. Okay? So here we can punch on our calculator. What is 1 times 12.3 times 7 times sine 140. This, of course, is giving us a 55. If I'm not mistaken, this is 55.34401.319. So you have to make sure that your calculator is in degrees when you're using it for this topic, because you might get a wrong answer and yet it's supposed to be okay, and we've made a mistake here. That's why I'm saying always counter check. I think I used 140. The angle is supposed to be 18. So this is 26.606363322 divide by 2. So when we divide by 2, this of course is coming out to be equal to 13.3 meters squared. So this is our answer for question 2. For question 3, they're saying the shortest distance. So remember, the shortest distance formula must be h is equal to 2a over b. So our a is a 13.3. The area over the b must be what has been mentioned here from PR, from S to PR, so to PR. So the length of these two letters must be B, which is a 12.3. So this is 12.3. So when we work out there, 2 times 13.3, this of course is giving us a 26.6. So 26.6 over 12.3. So divide by 12.3. This is giving us a 2.16 meters. That's the answer. We now go to the next question. The next question here, they want us to solve the equation. So here we've got 10 tan theta is equal to 50. So we're going to divide by 10 by 10. This and this will go. So tan theta is equal to a 5. So theta will be equal to tan inverse over 5. So you just go to your calculator, tan, so second function, and then you do tan of 5. So tan inverse of 5, that is a 78.7 degrees. So this is an angle. And we only have one answer here because the range is ending at 19. So the solution will just be in the first quadrant. So here, this is where the solution will be, the first quadrant. We go to the next one. We need to simplify. We've got 9a minus c over 81 a squared minus c squared. So this would be 9a minus c over 9 squared a squared minus c squared. That's difference of two squares. 9a minus c over 9a plus c. That's difference of two squares. 9a minus c. This and this will cancel out. You have a 1 here, which is equal to 1 over 9a plus c. So this is our answer. We go to the next question. So this one, I don't have a ruler. So what I can advise you is that for the first, okay, for the first here to describe to describe fully a single transformation that maps triangle PQR onto triangle P1 Q1 R1. So this to this, it's a rotation. So for this one, it's rotation, rotation, and direction is anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise. Angle, it's 90 degrees, and center is 0, 0. Okay, so mostly what you normally do here is you get your ruler, join two sides, corresponding sides, so you can see like this, and after joining you bisect this and this, so you find that there will be a line going to the center and another line cutting this one to the center. So now where they meet, that is the center of rotation. And then to find an angle, you're going to draw a straight line like this from one point to the other corresponding point, and then you use the protractor to measure the angle. That's what you normally do. So that's it. We now go to the next question. So for the next question here, they are saying here they're saying an enlargement maps triangle PQR onto triangle Q2R2. Find the center of enlargement. So the center for this one, I think it's also giving out 0, 0, and then the scale factor is a 2. So normally what you do here is you start joining. So you find that this line, when I join, actually not from the center, let me not confuse you, put a ruler, let the line pass through this point and pass through the corresponding point, and then pick another point, draw all the way. So you find that they are meeting at the center. That's the center of rotation, of enlargement. And then for the scale to be found, you can just do this. You count how many steps Q has moved from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has moved 4. Divide by the original from the center. So that is 0, 1, 2. So divide by 2, and this will give us a 2. That's a scale. Okay, so it's a 2. The scale is a 2 for enlargement here. That's a scale factor. So here they are saying triangle PQR is mapped onto triangle P3 Q3R3 by single transformation. Find the matrix. So to find the matrix here, you are going to do this. You say this is your A, B, C, and D. Okay, and then you now get the coordinates of the original. So go to the original. Okay, so I can get the coordinates here at P. This is 1, 4, while here it's 2, 4. So even this side I'll get for P, this is a -3, 4, while here it's a -6, 4. Have you seen? I'm getting, because it's moving this way, so I've gotten what has been affected. It's Q. From the original point here, or should I say from the original shape to this. So just get the corresponding coordinates. So I'll start with 1, 4. So this is 1, 4. The other one, it's a 2, 4, if I'm not mistaken, 2, 4. So let me just confirm. 1, 4, 2, 4. For this one, I'll start with a p again, negative 3, 4. So we shall say equal to negative 3, 4. The other one is negative 6, 4. So let me just confirm again. Yes. So now we can now multiply these two matrices. A times 1, that is A, plus 4B. This will be equal to negative 3 here. Okay? We now come to the same by this. So that's A times 2, that is a 2A. B times 4, that is a 4B, which is equal to this one here, negative 6. We come to the bottom row, which is a 3 times 1, C times 1, it's a C, plus C times 1, it's a C, D times 4, it's a 4D, which is equal to a 4. We come to this and this, C times 2, it's a 2C, then here D times 4, it's a 4D, which is equal to a 4. So solve these simultaneous equations. Here, since I've got the similar signs, so I can change. Remember, I can put negative 1 here 1, so this will be a negative A minus 4. B is equal to a 3. For this one, it will be 2A plus 4B is equal to negative 6. When we add, this is giving us A. These two cancel out, is equal to a 3. Actually, negative 3. So the value of A is equal to negative 3. So if A is equal to negative 3, get the first equation, that is A plus 4B is equal to negative 3. Where there is A, you substitute negative 3. Okay? So this will be 4B is equal to negative 3 plus 3, which will just give us a 4B equal to 0, meaning when we divide by 4, both sides, the value of B will come out to be equal to 0. So I know that B is equal to 0. The same here. This is negative C minus 4D is equal to minus 1. 2C plus 4D is equal to 4. We add, this is a C, this one we cancel out, is equal to, okay? Are we doing the right thing here? Actually here it's 4. Negative 4. So when we work out here, we're getting a 0. So C is equal to 0. If C is equal to 0, we get the first equation. So we know that this is a C. We get the first equation, and then substitute 0 here. We're going to remain with a 4D, which is equal to 4. So 4D is equal to 4. Divide by 4 by 4. The value of D will come out to be equal to 1. So these are the important things we need. So we can now say our matrix is, where there is A is negative 3, where there is B is a 0, where there is C is a 0, and where there is D is a 1. So this is the matrix that we are looking for. We go to the next question. They are saying the transformation with matrix 1, 0, negative 2, 1 maps triangle PQR onto triangle P4, Q4, R4, not shown on the diagram. Find the coordinates of the triangle P4, Q4, R4. So the coordinates here to be found. We'll go to the original. We pick now all the coordinates because this is 1, 6. So now, you now start writing the coordinates. 1, 4, okay? So here to be multiplied by 1, 4. This is for P, 4. And then P, okay, just for P. Okay? And then Q, it's 2, 4. So P is 1, 4. Q 2, 4. And then r is 1,6. 1,6. Let me write properly. 1,6 like this. So you can see that's r up here, 1,6. So now we can multiply. So this will be like this, equal to 1, because 1 times 1, it's a 1 minus 8. That is negative 2 times 4. Space 1 times 2, it's a 2 minus 8. Negative 2 times 4 will give us a negative 8. 1 times 1, it's a 1. Here, negative 12. And then 0 times 1, it's a 0. Plus 1 times 4, okay, 0 plus 4. For this one, it will be 0 plus 4 also. For this one, it will be 0 plus 6. And here it's a negative 7. Okay, so let me do nicely. So here the idea or the skill that you need to know is just for multiplying. This is a negative 7, negative 6, and negative 11. Down here it's a 4, 4, 6. So we can say for P4, the coordinates are negative 7, 4. Q4, it's a negative 6, 4. And R4, that is a negative 11, 6. So these are the coordinates. We now go to second from is it third from last? Is it fourth? We still have some more. Okay, so for this one, we need to find the value of P. So for the value of P, we're going to get the given equation or given function. Okay, so this is what we have. And then we substitute negative 1 where x is. This is how it will look like. Okay, and when we work out, open bracket, negative 1 power 3 minus 6, open bracket, negative 1 there, plus 9, negative 1 there. This is giving out a negative 4. Let me try. Okay, negative 1 squared. Here it's supposed to be squared. I missed squared. It's giving us a negative 16. So the value of P is equal to negative 16. So we do now the drawing here. They have said using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit. 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit. We've been given this scale. And then for this one, 2 centimeters to represent 10 units. So we'll come here and then do our x-axis. Whoosh, my drawing. Okay, so do our x-axis. This is our x-axis. So this is, if this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can put our 0 here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this side is supposed to be 2. Negative 1, negative 2. And then here it's going like that. And down here like that. So remember, you need to use your ruler. You use your ruler. Okay? So it's upwards, it's ending at 40, and we're moving in tens. So this is 10, 20, 30, and 40, like that. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. And down also, it's supposed to be 40. So let me do this all the way to negative 40. So let me just do this so that I can put it clear. Okay, so all the way to negative 4. So this is negative 10, negative 20, negative 30, and negative 40. Okay, so now we can start with the first set of coordinates. That's a negative 1.5, comma negative 30.4. So 1.5, this is 30, negative 30.4, because it's here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's supposed to be somewhere here. Yeah, this is where the point is. The next one, it's negative 1, comma negative 16. So negative 1 is here, so 10 is here, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 supposed to be here. Okay, so next one is 0, 0, it's supposed to be here. I hope you're able to see these points. Next one, it's a 4, 1, 4. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so don't mind very much my drawing. And then the next one is 2, 2. So 2, 2, supposed to be 1, 2, it's supposed to be here. The next one, it's a 4, 3, 0. So 3, 0, it's here. And then the next one, it says 4, 4. So 4, 4, 4, 4 is supposed to be somewhere here. The next one is a 5, 20. This one is very easy because it's falling right here. And the last point is a 5.5, 34.4. So 5.5 supposed to be in between this 5 and the 6. So 34, okay, 34.4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's supposed to be somewhere here. So now you can join the points of the curve, and this is how it's going to look like. This is a curve right here. It's a curve, and you can indicate that this is y is equal to x power 3, minus 6x squared plus 9x. Yes, so this is it. So now we answer this question. So to answer this question, you're just going to say all this thing, it looks like the original. So you're going to call it as y is equal to 0. Now you go to your graph, you draw your y is equal to 0 line like this. Okay, this is the y is equal to 0 x-axis, and see where this graph is meeting the y is equal to 0 line. So we can say on the graph paper, we can say question 3a, this is x is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. So there are only two solutions, here and here. For b, you can see also this looks like the original. So I'm going to say y is equal to what is to the right hand side. That's a 5x minus 10. So we need to graph 5x minus 10. And in graphing 5x minus 10, we can come up with the table. Okay? With just maybe 3 coordinates or 2, it's fine. So I'll say this is 0. When x is equal to 0, where there is x here, you put a 0. It will be 5 times 0. And it will give us a negative 10. 5 times 0 minus minus 10 is negative 10. And then another point, I can pick 2. I will say, okay, when x is equal to 2, I think 2 are enough. So when x is equal to 2, this will be a 0. So now we can do this. We've got now 2 coordinates, 2 sets of coordinates, 10, 0, negative 10, and then here 2, 0. So those are the points we need to plot, to identify. 0, negative 10, it's supposed to be here. This is 0, negative 10, and then 2, 0, it's right over here. So now you put your ruler, you draw the line. So you draw a straight line. So when you draw that straight line, you get the value of x here. So I can say, I'm not saying these are actual solutions, so I can say where they meet here, this line and the graph, what is the x value here? So this, I can say it's negative 1 point, maybe 3. What about here where they meet? What is the value of x? I can say, okay, this is 2.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So it's a 2.4. What about here where they meet? What is the value of x? So x is equal to 4 point, maybe 5. 4.5. So this is how you get to answer this. Let's go to the next question. They want us to integrate this. So we're going to say equal to limits from 1 to 4 of 5 plus 4x minus x power 2 dx. So this will be 5x plus 4x power 2 minus x power 3 over 3. You put the limits here, 1, 4. This is a 5x. Actually here we needed to divide by 2. 2x power 2 minus x power 3 minus x power 3 over a 3. So this is a 1 and a 4 here. So we're going to now substitute. So substituting here, we shall say square bracket 5, okay, multiplied by 4 plus 2, 4 squared there, minus 4 power 3 over 3, close, minus 5, 1, plus 2, 1 squared, minus 1 power 3 over 3, and then close. So we simplify here, we're getting a 20 plus, when you simplify also there, getting a 32. Okay, and then here we say minus, when we simplify also there, we're getting a 64 over a 3, minus here it's a 5 plus 2 minus 1 over a 3. We work out here, we're getting a 52, because 20 plus 32, that's a 52, minus 64 over 3. Okay, there's a minus here. This is giving us a 7 minus 1 over 3. And from here, we can simply say 52 minus 64 over 3. This is giving us a 92 over 3 minus, when we say 7 minus 1 over a 2, it's giving us a 13. Okay, 7 minus 1 over 3, sorry, 3. It's giving us a 20 over a 3. And when we simplify here, 92 plus a 20, it's going to give us a 112. So 112 over 3. When we divide by 3, this, of course, have we done the right thing here? Let me see. Okay, let me check where have we missed? I think everything is okay. Let me see. I think there's somewhere where we have missed. It's not supposed to be like this. So let me see if there's anywhere where we've missed. Have we missed anywhere? Because here we're substituting 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I think it's fine. Unless otherwise, I think it's fine. Let me just see a few things. If it's giving me what I think it's supposed to, what I feel it must give me. Okay, so here it's a 5, open bracket, there's a 1 there, which we're putting, it's a 1, right? Yes, it's a 1, plus 2, open bracket 1, minus 1 over a 3. okay, plus, okay, so the answer here is okay. We are getting a 112. Okay, so if you want to put it in a decimal form, you can simply say 37.3 is our answer. So we go to the next question. So for the next question here, they've given us in the diagram the points T and R lie on the equator, while P and Q are on latitude 40 degrees north. And they've given us the pi to use as well as the R. So find the difference in longitude between T and R. So here we're going to say theta, which stands for difference. This is 130 degrees plus 50 degrees. This longitude passing at R is 50. So this is east, this is west. That's why we're adding. And this is giving us a 180 degrees. The next one, they're saying find the distance PQ along latitude 40 degrees. So here we can just say distance PQ is equal to theta over 360 degrees. So since it's happening, you can see PQ, it's along the latitude. So you can say times 2 pi capital R cos y. This is cos y. So we can gather our data. Let me put it here. I'll say data. So what is our theta? Our theta here, it's a 180 degrees, because the difference in longitude between P and Q is 50 east, P is 130. When you add them, they'll give you 180. What about pi? It's a 3.142. And then capital R, it's a 6.3, let me see, that's 6.370. They have given us, it's in kilometers. Okay? What about y? Y is 40 degrees. Where it's happening, where the distance is happening, it's 40 degrees. So 180 degrees over 360 degrees times 2 times 3.142 times R is a 637 cos y is a 40 degrees. So just punch everything on top. That's 180 times 2 times 3.142 times 6370 times cos 40. So this is giving us a 551,529.773 over 360. So when we divide by 360, this is giving us a 1532.02715 kilometers, and we can write our answer in 3 significant figures, so it will be like this. That's our answer. We go to the next question. They're saying circumference. So to find the circumference here, we know that whenever you're finding a circumference, the formula to use is this one. So in our case, we are going to use this as capital R cos y, because R is equal to capital R cos y. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. We shall say 2 times 3.142 times cos 40, the 40. So this will be a 2 times 3.142 times cos 40. This is giving us I'm repeating, I think my calculations were not properly done. 2 times 3.1. Oh, we've forgotten something. We need to write R. So the R here, capital R It's a 6370 times cos 40. So R, when you just check the question here, they've given us the R, which is a 6370, and it's what we are using here. So we can say 2 times 3.142 times the R, that is a 6370 times cos 40. This is giving us a 3064.5354.8 kilometers, which is a 30600 kilometers. So that's what we are getting. We can now move on. If we are satisfied with the answer we found, we can move on to the next question. So here, the next question is this one. So for this question, to find the volume, we are simply going to say volume is equal to 1 over 3 A1 plus A2 plus the square root of the product of the A1 and A2, and then H here. So what is A1? A1 will just be the area base, which is L times B, and that is a 15 times 5. So 15 times 5, 15 times 5 is giving us a 75 centimeter squared. So area 2 will also be the same, L times B. Now on top here, it will be 2 times 6, which will give us a 12 centimeters squared. So for H will just be the height, which is 10 centimeters. So you can say 1 over 3, area 1 is a 75, plus area 2, which is a 12, multiplication of the 2, and so when we multiply here, we close. H is a 10. So this is the 1 over 3, then 75 plus 12, which is giving us 87, plus here it's a 900 when you multiply, and the 10 there, because 75 times 12 is giving us a 900. So this is 1 over 3, 87 plus 30 times 10. Okay, so the square root of 900 is 30 plus 87. It's giving us what? It's giving us a 117. The 10 here, we multiply by 10, we're getting a 1170 over 3. And the answer here, when we divide by 3, is coming out to be equal to 390 centimeters cubed. This is the volume. We now go to our last question of this paper. So the last question here, they are saying a woman intends to order apples and oranges for sale. Let X represent the number of apples, Y the number of oranges. Write the inequalities which represent each of the conditions described below. So the total number of apples and orange should not exceed 70. So total is supposed to be X plus Y, should not exceed, so it should be less or equal to 70. Okay, so the next one, the number of oranges should not be more than twice of the apple. So oranges, we know that it's Y. It should be not more than, which is less or equal to 2x. Twice, that's 2 of apples. Apples is X, so twice is 2. She has to order not more than 40 apples and at least 10 oranges. So not more than, so X is less or equal to 40, and Y at least it means greater or equal to 10. So those are the inequalities. Alright, so for graphing, you're going to write a 0 here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. So this is the x-axis, of course, to go like that, x-axis. And then for the y-axis, it will go like that. So y-axis. So you can start with the first inequality, which is this one. X plus y is less or equal to 70. So this one will just pass through 70. Let me show you. Through 70 here, like that, even on the x-axis at 70. So this is a part which will be shaded like this, because they said x plus y is less or equal to 70. So the opposite, which is the greater, is what is going to be shaded. And then we go to, I'll skip this one, I'll come to it later. So let me do this one and this one. So x is less or equal to 40, meaning it will pass through 40-ish. Supposed to use a ruler when doing this. So it's supposed to pass through 40 straight. So this is x is less or equal to 40. And then we'll shade the opposite, which is the greater, like this. The next one, y is greater or equal to 40. So we shade the opposite, which is the less, bottom. And then for this one here, this one, we're going to say, you can see I wrote something here so that people can see. So it's like this. I want you to see very careful. So here it will be like this. You just get that inequality and then say when x is equal to 0, what is y? Y also be equal to 0, meaning you put a 0 here, so it will be 2 times 0, which will give us a 0. When x is equal to 10, you put a 10 here, it will give us y is equal to 20. So I'm just getting 0 here and a 10. These are the numbers I've put in. So when x is equal to 0, it gave us 0, 0. Here it gave us 10, 20. So meaning the line will go like this, the inequality. So this is y is it less or equal to 2x? So you shade the opposite, which is the greater of that line. So the inequality or the region you're looking for will be there. Now to answer the other questions, like this one. So for this one, I'll just explain what you need to do. You are going to come up with what we call objective function. So we're going to say 2.5x plus 1.9x. This is the function. This is the equation that you need. You come and pick the coordinates because the drawing is not okay. You pick the coordinates where these are meeting here, 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 and right here. So get those coordinates. Get coordinates here and here. And then you start substituting them in this equation. Where x is, actually this is supposed to be y. Where x is, you put the x coordinate. Where y is, you put the y coordinate. What will give you the bigger amount, since we are looking for a maximum, those are the coordinates you are going to get as your answer. And then for the final answer, you write the same, right here for the final question here, you write those same coordinates, or should I say the bigger number, the amount that you found. That's it. Thank you so much, guys. Hopefully you've learned one or two things out of this. Please remember to share the video.